Today we are going to make healthy crunchy side dish, which is a Japanese Chinese cabbage pickle. You will only need 4 ingredients and great for meal prep. Just a quick reminder, on my web I have over 170 Japanese food recipes including today's pickle, so please take a look and let me know what you think. I'm leaving the link in the description box below. We need quarter of Chinese cabbage, which is equivalent to 500 grams. To cut this gigantic Chinese cabbage, first make a notch at the bottom and pull it apart with your hand. Rinse them. Then chop them roughly. We want it to be big pieces since it's gonna shrink down after being fermented. Ideally, you want to wipe off the moisture completely and leave it under the sun for 2 to 3 hours to dry up. In a way, you can boost the natural sweetness of Chinese cabbage itself and result in flavor-packed pickles. In this video, I skipped this process, but it was still very good. When it comes to these simple pickles, it's very important to find a fresh cabbage. I wrote a whole article about the Chinese cabbage, so please visit my web sometime. Next, sprinkle some salt. I'm using sea salt, which is not the coarse like Himalayan salt. Remember to add 2% salt of Chinese cabbage. My Chinese cabbage was about 650 grams, so adding about 13 grams of salt. I went way too far, so I'm adjusting now. I am so bad at math. Once you have a Chinese cabbage and salt in a zip bag, time to massage. I didn't realize I needed a bigger zip bag. It was kind of hard to mix, so my husband is doing it for me. Shake it around and massage. Just repeat the same process. While he is working on it, let's prepare other ingredients. I have kombu. Kombu is a type of seaweed. Cut into small pieces. And cut yuzu into half and remove the inside. Slice the zest into strips. And I'm just adding a little bit, but if you prefer, you can add more. Yuzu is totally optional, but I'm totally obsessed with yuzu in winter. By the way, how do you guys call this white fluffy part of yuzu in English? And back to Chinese cabbage, in 5 minutes or so, you will start to see lots of water coming out and reduce the volume almost in quarter. Now add the zest of yuzu and shredded kombu and red chili pepper. This chili pepper is not only for the spicy kick, it's more for the preservation purpose, so you don't want to skip this. I'm adding about 1 teaspoon of it, and you don't taste that much heat. So even if you are sensitive to heat, no worries. Massage again until it's thoroughly mixed. Vacuum the air and zip it completely. Put it on the tray and cover with another tray. Popping something heavy on top of it, which is about 2 kilograms. And I found these salt bags are very stable. As a pro tip, you want the zip bag opening to be upward so that the moisture doesn't leak as it's fermented. Pop them into the fridge and let it sit for 2 days. And after 1 day, can you see a lot of moisture coming out? It looks really good, so wait for another 1 day. And this time I'm putting only 1 bag. And it's been 2 days. Let me show you how it looks. Can you believe this water all came from Chinese cabbage itself? You can also see the small bubbles, and this is the sign of fermentation. Can't wait to dig in. You can taste the sweetness of Chinese cabbage and savory but not overly salty. And I love the texture. It's still crunchy and Yuzu gives such a refreshing zing to it. You can keep it in the fridge for a week. I usually enjoy it with the miso soup and rice, and great with the fried rice and even with the stew. Please share this recipe with anyone who might be interested in. For the next recipe, I'm showing fried tofu with the ginger tart sauce. So don't miss out by subscribing it. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye, mata ne!